Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. A post has popped up with a ton of new information about it. Again, it's not completely confirmed, so take it with a massive grain of salt, but there's a lot of stuff to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, we have Jan here posting, saying, this post is accurate to what I have seen in the DATAMINE content in Chinese social media. I still want to remind though, misinterpretation and telephone game is still possibly a thing, though this post should be at least 90% accurate to what can be seen in the codes now. So, this isn't necessarily, like I say, 100% confirmed, but at the same time, like, a lot of it is very, very accurate. So, again, take it with a grain of salt still, but this potentially could be true. So we have this post here by Anonymous saying, taking this information from the Chinese DATAMINE thread on this website here, because I saw a lot of things there that haven't been datamined by the English community. So a lot of it is, like I say, datamine stuff with maybe a few other things thrown in. I'm not sure if it's the person themselves leaking it or they actually have just found these datamines and they're just kind of compiling all this information that we haven't seen in like the English speaking community. But either way, this is apparently all accurate from the Chinese social media in terms of like datamines and stuff. But again, let's take a look at it. It says Indigo Disk has 242 entries, including 8 new Pokemon. So I'm not sure if it means by 242 entries is that the Pokedex is going to be 242. I don't think it means that we're going to get 242 returning Pokemon plus 8 brand new ones. I think it's going to be very similar to the Teal Mask Pokedex, where it was what, like 200 Pokemon in it, but a lot of them were already from Paldea, and then the new ones from Kitakami. So yeah, apparently 242 entries, but yeah, I think that's just the Indigo Disk, like full Pokedex. There's another group project in the Blueberry Academy, similar to the Teal Mask project. So I'm assuming that's probably going to be something to do with like either like the terrestrialization thing in Area Zero, or it's just going to be the whole like Blueberry Academy Elite Four thing. It says group project, so I'm assuming that maybe you have to go around and collect things in the different biodomes and the different environments and stuff. We'll have to wait and see. The page, the legendary treasure from the Scarlet and Violet books, will be updated with new information. This is something I can clearly see happening. We do see Briar at the start of the Teal Mask DLC basically pull out a book which has information in it about Terrapagos, which isn't in the original Scarlet and Violet books. So I'm assuming we'll get hold of that book at some point, or maybe like we see pages of that book or something. But yeah, I mean that is the third book that Riddler-Ku was clearly referencing, which is all about Terrapagos and stuff like that. Next up, we have RNAVI and scan features for the phone. I'm not sure what it means by RNAVI. The scan, I'm assuming, is like scanning the area and stuff, but I'm not sure if that's like a previous gimmick or something. I don't know if that stands for something. Scan, I'm assuming, is just like scanning the area like we've had in previous Pokemon games. But yeah, the first one, I'm not really too sure about that. But either way, apparently getting new features for the Roto phone. There's an important plot battle against Glimmora, which is obviously the Pokemon of like Area Zero, the rock poison type, and a plot-related double battle with Arven and Penny. Now, that's a little bit interesting. I don't see what situation would make us have to battle Arven and Penny unless they think one thing is right and we think one other thing is right. But I don't know. After everything that happened in the Paldea, I don't think that would happen. I feel like there's going to be this legendary Pokemon that we've already spoken about, this poison type, which I think generally like mind controls people and Pokemon and stuff. That's what made the Loyal 3 so evil. And potentially, because we know there's going to be like zombie-like things in the DLC, potentially mind controls Arven and Penny and it makes them into zombies because they like, I don't know, can't think for themselves or something. And then we have to battle them to like snap them out of it or something like that. I'm not really too sure. That's just kind of like my kind of thoughts on it, because I don't really know how zombies come into the Pokemon world, but it could be one thing. And then also an important battle against Glimmora. I don't know if it's going to be like a buffed up Glimmora, like a Titan battle. I'm assuming it is. There's a plot battle codenamed Last Battle. Doesn't say much, but hey, there you go. So yeah, Last Battle, I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be against the Legendary or Briar or something like that. I still think Briar is going to be like the proper evil person in this game. It just looks like that from kind of everything that we've seen so far. DLC 2 has 2 side stories. So I'm assuming the side stories are similar to like Perrin's side story with Blood Moon Ursaluna. We do know that Perrin is going to be in the Indigo Disk, and we also know that she's going to have a quest line as well. So I'm assuming that it's just kind of trying to photograph maybe a what is it called? Scyther's evolution in Legends Arceus. Cleavor, because obviously she was trying to find one Hisui Pokemon in Blood Moon Ursaluna. We know that Cleavor is going to be available in the Pokedex for the Indigo Disk, so I'm assuming that we'll just have another quest where we have to go and find a Cleavor, and maybe that's how we catch that, and it's another static Pokemon, just like Blood Moon Ursaluna. And again, because Perrin is very much like the Legends Arceus Hisui kind of trainer. I mean, she even has a Hisui and Growlithe as well, so I'm assuming that's one of the side stories. The other one, I have no idea. Like, I'm assuming it's going to be something to do with another character, maybe like Jacques or something like that. And then one of them is centered around... Oh, never mind. One of them is... Okay, never mind. I should have just read on. But yeah, one of them is centered around Perrin with less text. So yeah, that's probably the one that we've just spoke about. So that's probably going to be the Cleavor one. And then one of them is centered around Nemona, Penny, and Arven. G-Father and G-Mother are a part of this sideline as well. So yeah, we do know that G-Father and G-Mother are going to be in the Indigo Disk. We don't know who they are. Yeah, they do have side quests that's been data mined, and they are going to be in the Indigo Disk DLC. So that's going to be one of the quests, and then yeah, another one centered around Perrin. Again, I'm assuming it's just going to be her trying to take a picture of Cleavor because it is another Legends Arceus Pokemon. Moving on, the main story of Blueberry Academy is centered around Kieran and Carmine. Blueberry is Elite 4. Geeta and Rika also appear in this plotline. Yeah, I feel like we weren't done with Geeta. I feel like she was going to pop up again at some point just because the champion battle was so bad. Like, she was the worst champion, or one of, if not the worst champion we've ever had. It's always going to be centered around Kieran and Carmine. Like, Kieran is most likely going to be the new champion. Carmine, I don't know what's going to happen with her. And then, yeah, the Elite Four, obviously. Geeta and Rika, I'm interested to see how they come into the story. But, yeah, it's always going to be centered around Kieran, 100%. Literally, Teal Mask just proper opens it up for the Indigo Disk. And then Team Star has side quests, and Penny appears. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have Arven and Nemona, you're going to have Penny. Like, it's just a bit unfair if you don't have Penny as well. But yeah, Team Star has side quests. I mean, again, it looks like we're getting a lot of side quests from what's been data mined for the Indigo Disk, so I'm assuming that's just going to be about that. Again, we know that we unlock starters from side quests, so maybe there is just like a ton of different side quests that unlock these different starters, and that's how we find them in the wild. We have side quests, or S in bracket, for Sada/Turo. Unknown if AI or real. Arven appears. I think there has to be something to do with like time travel in this DLC. If Heath is going to appear, like, we don't know if he is, but I feel like he's going to. If Heath is going to appear, then why can't Sada and Turo also appear? Like, if Heath comes back from the dead and that's the whole zombie thing, then maybe Sada and Turo also do as well, and maybe that's how the zombies link into the storyline. But the fact that Arven appears, obviously, with Sada or Turo, I'd like it to be the real one. I feel like it'd be a little bit better. The AI one was fair play; it was a nice twist, but yeah, I would like the real Sada or Turo to appear. And there's a side quest with the codename Steel. Could be related to the Blueberry Academy Steel Elite 4. And then it says zombie NPCs seem to be in Kitakami. They can talk normally. So apparently we've got to go back to the Teal Mask in the Indigo Disk, and that's where the zombie NPCs appear. No idea. I mean, hey, the zombie thing is very much like you can just interpret that in your own way, because zombies is a bit of a stretch for Pokemon, but either way, that's just what it's been data mined. Like, we know there's some sort of zombie-like thing in the DLC. We'll have to wait and see. And then speculation by the data miner. So this isn't true, but this is speculation. Because the rest of the family of Applin isn't in the Indigo in the Indigo Mask Pokedex, I'm supposing that's Indigo Disk Pokedex, you get given the evolution of Dipplin, and it can't evolve in the game. Evolution method will be in the next games. That would be really, really unfortunate. That is just a speculation, though, but that would be really unfortunate. I don't like that because there's shiny locket and stuff like that. It doesn't really seem fair. But either way, apparently that's all correct data mine information, apart from the last line from the Chinese social media. And again, we have Zhan, who is a translator, also kind of confirming this and stuff. We also have Soul Silver talking about this, saying just a rumor from 4chan, but there's a lot of accurate data mine info in here. This does make Ku's thread make more sense, but I'm sure many more details in this post are off. It's 4chan. The most interesting parts to me are a Glimora battle, as it could be tying into Dokutaro, which is of course the new Poison Legendary we spoke about recently, All the separate quests are nice, and lastly, of course, the mystery of the zombies. But zombie NPCs in Kitakami make a lot of sense. If there was to be a follow-up Dokutaro side quest in Kitakami, but in the Indigo Disk. Big grain of salt here. I'd be especially surprised and disappointed if we can't evolve our Dipplin, but we're instead given the evolution or meet it as a static encounter. I'm not sure, but wouldn't this be disproven with Dipplin being able to use an Eviolite already? Going to explain what I think Crew meant from the Dipplin evolution resembling a Saluna, more on a separate tweet later, but it does make this scenario a possibility. So yeah, Riddler Q has been kind of like tweeting out this stuff recently. We're going to cover this in a future video as well, because he has been posting like a lot of stuff. And again, that's more like of a riddle thing, whereas the information we've been going over lately has been like accurate 100% stuff, whereas riddles like are just up for interpretation. We also have this post here as well, a little bit of a follow-up, saying I just want to be clear about this 4chan post. I've seen it verified by people I trust to be mostly real info from the Teal'c datamine concerning what's to come in the Indigo Disk. With that being said, it was translated by someone and then probably yet another person posted this information. So the issue is we don't know how well it was translated. Also, we don't know any context of these datamine code words like zombie. And lastly, we don't know how much the original poster added their own thoughts into this recap of the data. Anyway, this tidbit below is very likely about catching old legendaries in the Indigo Disk. Again, grain of salt. So we have another datamine here. So the original datamine speaks about 25 new capture points like Qian Pao. So maybe it's 25 legendaries placed in all maps. And then also we have Zhan here saying, it actually says 25 encounters similar to the Loyal 3, so take that as you will. So basically, yeah, when you encounter the Loyal 3 in the Teal'c, when you go and catch them, it's literally just go up to them and you just battle them and catch them. So it's 25 encounters that are similar to that. So it very much is probably going to be the legendaries, which kind of confirms that the legendaries are going to be back. Again, we thought that anyway. Whether it's going to be in like a Dynamax adventure scenario or not, we're not too sure. But yeah, a lot more data mines to go over today and a lot of really interesting information. But yeah, I think that's kind of all of the data mines now. I think we've covered everything that we possibly could have. But either way, like I say, it's been a bit of a crazy week after the Teal'c. Like, the Teal'c is really fun, but everyone's so much more excited about the Indigo Disk now because of all of this information that's come out. But either way, hopefully we get a release date soon. Hopefully we get a trailer or something soon. But that is going to be everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500. Leave a comment with your thoughts on all of the recent data mines for the Indigo Disk DLC. What are your thoughts on everything that we've covered today? Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.